since the Final Four has been implemented here in the UAAP has made the Final Four every single year. And we take a look at this lineup. It's a little bit different from previous years. They do have a lot of rookies in the De La Salle lineup, but they do still have some veterans who have to carry the load, and a couple of those veterans are from Xavier High School.
That's right, the Xavier connection, Joseph Yo, 18 points. He's known to be a very good slasher, very good penetrator, but because of that 4.4 of 7 3-point shooting, definitely has worked on his outside shooting too. But this one is a revelation, the other guy, Tyron Tang, 11 points, 7 points the fourth quarter and 7 assists. He only averaged 1.8 assists per ball game last season, and right now he's the starting point guard. And out of the 7 points that he scored against USC, yung talaga yung playoff quarter, they scored 29. He was still down at the end of 3 quarters, but that fourth quarter, because of D.Y. Tang's backward scoring and obviously his orchestration, doon nakabalik ang De La Salle Green Archers.
Well, Ryan, when you talk about veterans in the De La Salle squad, it's really not just Yo and Tang. You talk about the Rookie of the Year a couple of years ago. That man right there in the black headband, Mac Cardona.
Well, he's the acknowledged leader right now in this team, and versus USC, sure enough, 22 points, great shooting from the field, 10 of 18 for 56%, and definitely the scoring options would be centered on this guy right here, Mac Cardona, the Mac Daddy of this team right now.
Well, the De La Salle Green Archers have a lot of rookies. If we take a look at the other side of the coin, the UP Fighting Maroons, they also have a lot of rookies coming into the season. In fact, I think these two teams have the most rookies in their lineup.
That's correct. UP, of course, when you talk about them, forget about Mike Bravo, forget about Javi Nunag, but these players that Coach Vito Vergara recruited in the offseason are definitely big-time players too. Great players from high school, but they're still adjusting in the system, the UAAP Senior League right now.
Speaking of recruitment, your brother recruited an athlete from last year, J.R. Reyes, who was highly heralded, and he's, a little bit inconsistent in that first game.
Well, he had an auspicious debut. 6 points out of the first 8 points of UP against NU, all in the first quarter, but in the last 3 quarters, he only scored 2 points. He's just in his second year right now, but a lot of eyes are really centered on this guy because people expect him to be the anchor man as far as scoring is concerned, and he has to score big for UP to have a chance in today's ballgame.
Well, everybody knew about J.R. Reyes coming into this season, but nobody knew about Nestor David, and he kind of surprised a lot of people during the last encounter versus NU.
Oh yes, he was the one who top scored in that ballgame. In fact, he did not play a lot of minutes last year, but against NU, he was the one who really made things happen for this team. He scored 15 points, was awesome from the field, 5 out of 6. He really rose to the occasion, and Coach Vito Vergara again will expect him to score big time in today's ballgame, just to stymie the other defensive weapon of De La Salle, which is the press in their half-court defense.
So UP is ready, Check La Salle is ready. Let's see, and then check out the bench of the De La Salle side for Hazel Aguilon's report on what La Salle prepared for this ballgame.
Rally Tigers during opening day of season 66 of the UAAP. The Green Archers hope to have similar results as they face the UP Maroons this afternoon. Now, in order for them to do that, they must have a good start on defense, and also they must show aggressiveness and intensity all throughout the ballgame. Back to you, Ryan.
Thank you very much, Hazel. And as you know, La Salle has always shown intensity, always shown that pressure defense, and again, that's what we can expect from the Green Archers today. Let's go over now on the other side of the coin in the UP bench for Michelle Charcot's report on the Fighting Maroons.
Okay, coming from last Saturday's loss, the Philippines Fighting Maroons went through an intensive week of training and practice, focusing not only on the physical, but also on the mental, the emotional, and team building as well. They focused on their strengths, improved their weaknesses, and due to the intense nature of the practices, there were a few minor injuries along the week, but now it's all good. Everybody's out there. They're ready to play. No excuses. They're all out to do their best. So back to you, Junior Ryan.
Thank you very much, Michelle. So both teams have had 1 week's rest. They're raring to go. It's UP versus La Salle coming up next.
Get on the road to amazing UAAP basketball action with Patron Ultron Motor Oil.
You know, walang ganyan sa States. Ay! You know, walang ganyan sa States. Ba yan? You know, walang ganyan sa States.
When the heat is on, Petron Ultron Motor Oil gets you through any driving condition.
Ay, naku, mga ampag ko.
I like what they've done here in the Blue Eagle gym. They changed it's raining outside, nothing's leaking, so they've done some renovations.
That's right. Before, when we play here and it starts to rain, usually nadidelay yung games. But right now, talagang souped up. Maganda ginawa rito sa atin na yun. Talagang fit na fit dito sa start ng UAAP games natin.
We're gonna have a re-jump. There's our starting lineup, Tanyo, Ramos, Gaco, and Aranya. Starting off for Lasal, Almeda, Tabique, Robin, Buico, and Ibanez. And a different starting lineup for both squads, actually.
Totally different too, especially UP.
Our referees for this ball game, Contreras, Jimenez, and Torres. Contreras, of course, it's going to be his third time. He's going to be tossing it up there. So si Robin at saka si Ramos, hindi magkasundo sa taas eh. The tip, won by Lasal, T.Y. Tang all the way to the basket for 2 points, and he'll have a free throw.
What a way to start for the Salle Green Archers. T.Y. Tang after that but it was actually Robin who tipped that pass to T.Y. Tang. T.Y. Tang all alone for that layup. Tabique tried to challenge him, but he was called for a foul and one opportunity for T.Y. Tang. 11 points in that game against Risky. Big numbers, especially in the fourth quarter, when he scored 7 points.
You know, Tabique and Tang were two of the most recruited point guards last year coming into the UAAP. So this is going to be a good matchup to see after a year's experience how these two players will perform. And T.Y. Tang, his averages from last year failed in comparison from what he did in the first game, missing that free throw as Ibanez gets the rebound. Ibanez taking it himself. Back to Tabique, who calls the play. Johnson Tabique to Ibanez, looking for Robin inside. Robin inside, out to Almeda. 17-footer, that's off. And Robin with the rebound, although there's a whistle. Looks like it's going to be on Gaco.
First personal foul will be called against Gaco. He tried to block out Ira Buico, but the referee saw a foul against him. Ira Buico again did not play against NU. And it's quite a revelation for Coach Vito Vergara to try out another starting lineup just to make sure that he will not get in 0 and 2. This is just his second game as the UAAP coach in the senior team.
Buico out to Tabique against T.Y. Tang. Tabique, well, the ball will be off the ball. Looks like it's going to be on Carlos Sharma.
2 quick fouls for the Salle Green Archers. This time Carlos Sharma will be called for that foul. Kenneth Robin was trying to post him up really hard. Sharma will be called for his first personal and second team foul for Salle.
Almeda's pass tipped away, taken by Ibanez. He still got it. Ibanez stops and pops. That's long. Still scoreless in this game. It's UP. The tip out to Gaco. Gives it back to Tang. Tang inside to Sharma. Sharma turnaround jumper. Bounces in.
4 in a row. 4 points for Salle. And Sharma scoring what he does, scoring the paint. That is one of his strengths. And the vaunted Salle press being applied this early in the first quarter.
Ibanez gives it to Tabique. Tabique, baseline drive, nothing there. Picks up his dribble. His pass tipped away again. Gaco ahead to Tang. Tang with the ball. Gives it to Gaco. Running, but he missed the layup. Ball still loose. Tang gets it back in the corner. So T.Y. Tang will set it up. In the corner, Aranya. Baseline drive, double team. Gets the shot to go. Draws the foul. He's got another free throw.
The intensity of this Salle Gagers, UP cannot match up with them this early. 2 times in a row. Well, the first one was against T.Y. Tang, was on T.Y. Tang rather, and one opportunity. And right now, Aranya trying to score and he was able to make that shot. UP cannot play the game of Salle. We know that Salle wants to go, a lot of pressure defense, a lot of hard zone defense, and UP is just crumbling at this point in the first few minutes of the first quarter.
Ryan, Aranya, and they do not complete the 3-point play as Lasal leading by 6. Ibanez, and the ball slips and falls. Gaco with the rebound. Joseph Yo pushes it up ahead to Aranya. Aranya, the defender right there. Cross-court they go, taken by UP. Ibanez pushing it up once again. So Ibanez involved in almost every play here for the Maroons. Almeda, he shoots the 3. And it doesn't go. Ball tips. T.Y. Tang pushes it up. 3-on-2 fast break. Tang bounces it to Joseph Yo. Open for three. That was an air ball. Aranya inside, forcing it up. Nothing there. Ball still loose. And that's going to be last touch by Aranya.
Well, lucky was UP there because Joseph Yo, who had 4 out of 7 from the 3-point area against USC, failed to make that shot. But again, uncontrolled is the way UP is playing right now. No semblance of stability on offense. That's why they have not scored in this ball game. 7:30 remaining here in the first quarter.
Bounce to Kenneth Robin inside, and they get their first field goal, drawing a foul. Kenneth Robin will have a free throw to try to cut this lead in half.
So maybe that's a step towards the right direction. Kenneth Robin was not a factor against NU, but right now he finished off that fast break opportunity. That's one thing about the rest of LaSalle. You have to beat it early so that they will not have the confidence of doing it throughout the ball game. 6'5" center forward for UP, starting for the first time in the second game. He made that shot. First 3 points of the ball game, 6-3. DLSU still up by 3 points.
Tang will walk it up for the Green Archers against Tabique. Full man-to-man defense for the Maroons. Gapo, top of the key. Against Goyko. Gapo inside, rises in the air, the ball bounces out. Ball still loose. Sharma picks it up, 10 feet out, off right. Ball still loose. Sharma gets it again. Sharma to have hook, but there's a foul underneath before he took the shot.
Carlos Sharma had his chances right there, but he will be called with an offensive foul. He warded off Toti Almeida on that rebounding situation, so UP will get the possession back again.
UP down by 3. Almeida has it. Backcourt against Joseph Yo. Toti Almeida, the ball bounces right by the knee. They just barely get it across. Ibanez has it. Bounces it to Robin once again. The fake, the shot. He threw the foul. Well, he didn't throw the foul, but he made the shot.
So once again, Kenneth Robin, a recipient of a very nice assist pass, has scored the first 5 points of UP, and after being down 6-0, a 5-point spread for UP. Strip the lead of De La Salle to only 1 point.
Well, it's LaSalle 6, Kenneth Robin 5. Here's Sharma, the fadeaway. That's short. Ball skipped again. Aranya gets the offensive rebound. He shoots a 3-pointer. Doesn't go. Rebound Sharma. And the ball goes out of bounds. Tipped by Kenneth Robin. But UP having a difficult time in getting that rebound on the defensive end.
Well, this is one point in the game wherein I'm sure on the timeout, Coach Lito Vergara will remind his boys again. Never look at the ball every time somebody takes a shot. You gotta locate your man. De La Salle is taking a lot of shots. They will get their confidence if they keep on getting those offensive rebounds.
Joseph Yo takes another 3-pointer and hits his first 3-point shot of the game. Kenneth Robin gets ahead of Sharma. Yo's back on defense. The pass ahead to Almeida. He's got time to beat. He misses the back shot. There's a whistle once again here. Looks like it's going to be on Sharma. That's going to be number 2 on Carlos Sharma.
So bad news for Coach Franz Pumaren. His starting center will be guilty for his second personal foul. A quick substitution in comes Manny Ramos. You don't really lose anything. If Sharma hits the bench, Manny Ramos will still be there for those rebounds.
This is the Lipton Ice Tea 3-point shot from Joseph Yo, the official Ice Tea of the UAAP. Extending the LaSalle lead to 4 points, 9-5 our score.
So this is a big break for UP too, Jun. LaSalle already in team penalties, so Kenneth Robin single-handedly again scoring all the first 5 points for UP, made his first free throw shot again. So again, going back to your point earlier, De La Salle 9, Kenneth Robin 6.
Robin looking for his 7th point of the game. This one does not go from the free throw line. So Joseph Yo will bring it up for the Archers. Yo gives it to Aranya, then gets to Kako. And he scores.
Case of miscommunication that time. Bad rotation for UP. That extends the lead of LaSalle to 5 points again.
Still a full court pressure for LaSalle. Ibanez. And he brings it up across half court. The bounce to Almeida. Baseline drive. Almeida still looking for his first point. Strong again on the shot. Tabique gets the rebound. Gets it back against Tang. Gives it to Almeida and he's wide open. And he's still missing the shot. And again, it's Kenneth Robin scoring for the Fighting Maroons.
So it's been Kenneth Robin versus the whole Salle Green Archers. Timeout will be called by Coach Franz Lumaran specifically to tell his boys to guard Kenneth Robin in this first quarter.
3-point lead for LaSalle. Here's a shot by UP. Almeida missing it, but Kenneth Robin right there for the rescue, scoring all 8 points for the Fighting Maroons. We'll be back with more after these.
You're hanging out with cool UAAP hoopsters, along with Mentos Freshmaker.
Played for you at one point, or just Avi?
Well, they played for me at one point, and right now, Avi, of course, is my assistant coach in Pure Foods, and Jenkins, my player in Pure Foods too.
Well, download video clips for your team's best plays and game highlights. Just text MMS to 2366. Available exclusively to Globe subscribers.
Once again, breakdown on the rotation. They tried to double down, but they were not able to spot that cutter. Easy shot for De La Salle once again.
Ibanez gets it across, the ball partially tipped out to J.R. Reyes, 16-footer, and he bricks it right. Tabique gets the long rebound, the pass inside, J.R. Reyes underneath, double team, and his shot doesn't go. Almeida finally scores for the Fighting Maroons. It's the first field goal outside of Kenneth Robin.
Well, that's just one way to score. Do it on hard work. After that much shot of J.R. Reyes, Almeida was there to get that offensive rebound. Offensive foul will be called against Manny Ramos, so the big guys of Coach Franz Lumaran are getting the fouls early. Carlos Sharma, the starting center, saddled now with 2 personal fouls. Manny Ramos getting his first, again in the first quarter of action.
Robson Bornensin enters the fray, replacing Toti Almeida. Bornensin from Brent High School, one of the comeback players along with Kenneth Robin. Josan Cervantes now also in the ball game. And he gets the ball against Jaco. Out to Bornensin, open for 3, that was long. The rebound goes to Joseph Yo. Yo ahead to Araya. Nobody's going back on defense to the Fighting Maroons, although Araya did miss the layup. Here comes Bornensin, 3-on-1 fast break. The pass to Cervantes. Cervantes finishes for 2 more.
That was just a good decision for Robson Bernardin. He had at his disposal. The right guy would happen to be the big end. The left, the guy on his left is Cervantes. Cervantes, one of the better scorers in this team, finishing off with that layup shot.
Natali down to 1, Joseph Yo for 3. And the rebound, J.R. Reyes. Cervantes rather. Tabique breaks it up. Passes to Bornensin against Yo. Robson Bornensin, right-handed drive out to Tabique. Tabique takes the 3, dribble drive inside, and he banks it in. The UP Fighting Maroons have their first lead of the ball game.
It was not like this when we started off this ball game, 6-0 for DLSU, but after that, UP regaining their confidence in offense. Tabique scoring his first 2 points in the UAAP year this year.
Manny Ramos out to Joseph Yo, and there's another offensive foul. This one's going to be on DUI tag. Well, here's that drive by John Tabique, and he just floats it over Manny Ramos, using the glass for his first 2 points of the game and giving the Maroons their first taste of the lead. Nakna Cardona and Gatsanyan also now in the game, along with Mark Benitez for Coach Franz Lumaran. Bornensin brings it up himself. Hands off to Ciro Ferrer. Out to Epres. Epres for 3. That one's a little long. So Yo pushing it up. Ahead to Cardona. Cardona, the teardrop shot from the baseline is short. Taken by Ferrer. 3-on-3 fast break. Ferrer weaving his way. The give to Reyes. Nothing there. Out to Epres. Out to Bornensin. Bornensin left open for 3 once again. Misses once again. And Gatsalyan with the rebound. Drawing a foul from Gino Ferrer. Let's go now to Michelle Sarsoul for a courtside report from UP.
Now, during the time of we saw that coach told the team to attack the LaSalle as a team and to play smart. You know, this is an intimidating game, but coach told them to face their fears early on. So UP has LaSalle right where they want them, and now you can expect them to drive more to the basket rather than rely on their outside shooting. Back to you, Jude and Ryan.
Thanks, Michelle. We've got a timeout. We'll be back.
Step up to bombastic hardcore action with tricks.
scored already, and they've only scored 15 points. Full court pressure once again. And press gives it to Bordensin, who gets it across. Bordensin hands off to Reyes. To a cutting Cervantes, the ball is stolen. Ahead to Cardona once again. Cardona, the double pump bank shot goes. That's a new shot in Cardona's arsenal.
That's right, and that is why it's very important for UP not to turn the ball over a lot of times, because you expect De La Salle, every time they have that opportunity to steal the ball, they're often running. It's simply too hard for UP to stop shots like this from Cardona.
Well, Cardona went up in the air, so J.R. Reyes right there to block the shot, so he had to bring it down a little bit and double pump it just to make sure it doesn't get blocked, and it goes through the basket for his 4th point.
Well, he had that luxury up in the air to think whether he's going to pass or he's going to make that shot. He decided after all to take that shot, and that was a sweet shot for Cardona.
Ferrer hits the first free throw. Looking for his second, which he misses. So, Gatchalian will walk it up for the Green Archers. Let's go now to Hazel Aguilon on the De La Salle side for an update.
Yes, during the last huddle of the Green Archers, Coach Francis Martin got upset at the guys for not rotating well. He said that they cannot leave the guys from UP open. They cannot let them take open three-pointers. Now back to you, Jude and Ryan.
Thank you very much, Hazel. You know, La Salle really has been a little bit lucky because they have given up a lot of open shots to UP, and the Maroons really just have missed the outside jumpers, as this time inside Robson Bordensin gets his first 2 points.
That's right, a little tentative on offense again. It was just again a lucky shot for Rob Bordensin, but enough to cut the lead of La Salle to only 2 points.
Cardona picks up his dribble, free throw line, gives to Manny Ramos. Ramos hands off. Nope, he doesn't. Gives it off to Cardona. Cardona dribble drive inside, double team, missing the shot, rebound, taken by Reyes. So Ferrer brings it up once again, looking to tie. Less than a minute left in the first quarter. Action's back, just always here in the UAAP. Bordensin fakes the 3, drives inside, takes 2 steps, out to Ferrer, fakes the 3, drives inside, out to Bordensin with 5 on the shot clock. Bordensin eludes everybody, missing the shot, gets it back, and UP will settle down. Bordensin once again looking inside, the drive, the dish to Ferrer. Ferrer out to Empress. Empress for 3, that's short. Tip back to Empress. Empress, the layup doesn't go, but there's a whistle.
So a little scrappy on offense. This UP team, I don't think they like what is happening as far as execution is concerned, but it's just hard work. That is exactly what Coach Lito Vergara mentioned when he called the timeout. Do not be afraid of the kind of defense that De La Salle will give you. So just keep on attacking, have that aggressiveness to attack the basket, and that's just what Victor Epres did on that particular play.
So Victor Epres, you mentioned part of that championship team from last year's UPAIS squad who won the juniors championship for Coach Lito Vergara. Looking to make 1 out of the 2 free throws he's given. A Gentex free throw for Victor Epres. La Salle, the lead in the ball. They're up by 1. Gatchalian against Ferrer. Cardona with 7 on the clock. Cardona, left-handed drive inside. Spin move. The pass inside. Ramos hits it right before the clock expires, as the Green Archers extend the lead to 3 points. Our score here after 10 minutes of play, 21 for the Green Archers, 18 for the UP Fighting Maroons. Don't go away. We'll be back with 10 more minutes, the second quarter, after these messages.
Your connection to...
And the UP side is trying to... And Mr. Gregorio also on hand, along with...
Mr. Magsano, natakpan.
Ready to start the second quarter. Bordensin and Benitez will jump it up. The ball tipped away. Taken by Castle. In our first game, the UE Red Warriors taken into the Adamson Falcons. Olan Umiping one of the many key players for Coach Boise Samar. UE now at 2-0, tying MPU for the lead. And this is how we ended the first quarter. Cardona seeing the time, getting that spin move to go, and finding Manny Ramos with about a second left.
Well, UP has to be smart on that defense against Cardona. I've seen that play. They've run it for the past at least three times in the first quarter. It's very important that they guard Cardona. Manny Ramos, again, a recipient of that nice assist pass, but he was not able to get that shot off. Got that shot off, but he was fouled. Not end one opportunity for Manny Ramos, but enough to score at least an opportunity to score 2 points here. This particular possession from the free throw line.
First personal foul on Josan Cervantes. Ramos missing the free throw. Looking for point number 5. Let's see if he can make this Gentex free throw. So he misses both. Rebound to Ibanez. Ferrer pushing it up against Cardona. Out to Ibanez. The pass to Reyes. Reyes, 16-footer. That bounces out, and there's a whistle once again. And it looks like it's going to be on Benitez.
Well, that's one aspect of the game that I'm sure Coach Franz Romaren will not be happy with this team. They're fouling too much. They fouled 9 times in the first quarter, and a lot of his big men are in trouble right now, fouling out. Of course, we've talked about Carlos Sharma having 2 quick fouls the opening minutes of the first quarter, and then Sharma, 3 quick fouls, I stand corrected, so is there languishing on the bench. Manny Ramos, of course, Coach Franz is hoping that he will rise to the occasion and be a pillar of strength underneath, especially on defense for LaSalle.
Kenneth Robin is back. Ibanez with a rebound. The half hook is good. From 21-20 our score. The lead has been cut to 1. Gatchalian brings it up against Ferrer. The rookie against the veteran. Gatchalian gets a screen, hands off to Cabatu. Here's Cardona. The teardrop, that's a little far for that kind of shot for Cardona. Ferrer, cross court. He passes right to JV Caso. Here's Caso against Ferrer, weaving his way. Left-handed layup doesn't go. Ball tip. Caso gets it back, and he gives it to Cabatu. Cabatu to Cardona. Cardona drives inside, gets a bump. There's a whistle, and it's an offensive foul on Cardona. First personal foul on Cardona. Let's go now to Michelle Charteau for an update on UP.
Coach Lito says that he's not too worried about the offense of the UP, but he is stressing that they need stronger defense. There's poor communication out there on court, and we cannot continue like that. So he has that composure is key, and that this is an intense game, but they must not let themselves get carried away by emotions. And they have to think, LaSalle is smart, and as Coach Lito says, watakan lang yan. So they have to play smart. Back to you, Jude and Ryan.
Well, that time, Marvin Cruz did not play smart as he commits a traveling violation, turning the ball over in his first possession here for the Fighting Maroons.
Well, he has to be careful, of course. We know that Marvin Cruz turned the ball over 9 times when they played NU. So right now, those turnovers will really hurt because that's where LaSalle will score off you. Points off the turnovers is always a strong suit of the LaSalle.
The shot of Castro doesn't go. Robin gets the rebound, gives it to Cruz. Cruz pushing it up, drives inside. Back to Robin. Robin thought about the three-pointer. Gives it to Almeida instead. Conti Almeida, the pass to Kenneth Robin. His shot is short. Battle for the rebound. Ramos corrals it. Gatchalian pushes it up once again for the green shirts. Here's Cardona, and there's a hand check foul. That's going to be called on Ibanez.
That's the first personal foul against Ibanez and the second team foul for UP.
Let's listen in now to Hazel Aguilon for an update from LaSalle.
Now, during the last huddle of the Green Archers, Coach Franz Romaren told the boys that they made a couple of mistakes earlier, but nonetheless, they were able to recover. Also, he reminded the boys they have to get the rebounds. They cannot give UP second chance opportunities. Lastly, he told the boys not to give useless fouls. That's it. Back to you, Jude and Ryan.
Casio missing the shot, but getting his own rebound. Cabatu, nothing but air on that shot. Ibanez, his ball is tipped. as Marvin Cruz gets it back. Cross court to Robin, back to Cruz. Cruz, he takes the three. That was way short as it sails out of bounds.
Still nothing for Marvin Cruz on his first possession. Turned the ball over, and the next possession is threw an air ball. And DLSU is still enjoying a 1-point lead. That time left in the second quarter.
Here's Cabatu against David. Cardona, top of the key. Cardona, another shot from about 17 feet out. Taken by Almeida. Marvin Cruz ahead to Ibanez. Inside they go to Kenneth Robin, to a cutting Ibanez. Nice give-and-go play, not completed though, and Nestor David, the hard-working forward for Coach Lito Vergara, has done it again.
He has never been the first option on offense for UP, but always, every time somebody takes a shot, there's always one guy who will always get that opportunity for an offensive rebound, and that happens to be David, Nestor David.
Well, you know, Nestor David took 6 shots during that game against NU, but scored 15 points. So he is a very efficient player, and here he is getting the offensive rebound. Everybody just forgets about this guy.
That's right, and that's just his asset. That great timing, that knows where the ball is, exactly knows where the ball is going to bounce, or where the ball will drop, and it's always there for that shot of his. 5 out of 6, just awesome field goal shooting for that guy, who did not play a lot of minutes last year.
There's another whistle off the ball. And is that going to be a Joseph Yo or Cabatu?
Joseph Yo will be guilty for that foul. That's about, in my counting alone, the 3rd offensive foul because of that illegal screen on that motion play of De La Salle University. So a lot of turnovers hounding the team of Coach Franz Lumaren. It's very unlikely for this team to turn the ball over that many times. They're usually the ones who will make their opponents turn the ball over a lot of times.
The ball is stiff, but taken again by David. David gets it across. David still has it all the way to the basket, and he gets the 2 points. He drew the foul in that play. No, wait a minute. Looks like, what was it, a traveling violation?
It turned out to be a bombing the ball is a violation.
I
It's also
see.
a traveling. You did not hear the whistle. It was a great play and an awesome move for Nestor David, but
It looked good to me.
especially to me.
So a turnover for UP, the handoff to T.Y. Tang. Tang, 17-footer, off left, and nice box out by Kenneth Robin. Marvin Cruz will bring it up. They go inside to Ibanez, double team, back to Almeida. Almeida, hesitation move, all the way inside, double pump, he gets bumped, no call, hits the shot anyway.
That's just strength, upper body strength for Toti Almeida. It was bludgeoned underneath, but somehow he was still able to take that shot. UP enjoying a 3-point lead at this point. A great performance for this team in the first 2 minutes of action.
Well, this is the biggest lead for the Fighting Maroons in this ball game. 24-21 our score. Here's that shot by Toti Almeida. He had a slight bump in here, but Almeida slicing his way. That's his game. Slicing and dicing for the 2 points. 24-21 our score. 5:33 to time in the first half. We've got a timeout.
You are at the edge of your front row basketball seats with Rexona.
Finally, a deodorant that makes you smell this delicate. Or this clean. Or this light.
The man-to-man press is not working. A different kind of press alignment being employed by Coach Franz Lumaren here after his timeout.
Here's the press inside. Double bump doesn't go, but I think Gavino caught a little bit of Press's arm.
What I like about the boys of Coach Lito Vergara at this point is that they're not hurrying their shots and they're not setting for outside shots. They know that LaSalle is prone to a lot of fouls in the first quarter, and up to this point, again, LaSalle, because of that foul, will now be a lead penalty. So a lot of the players of Coach Lito are really attacking the basket really hard. But the Waterloo at this point, their free throw shooting, they have not been as effective from the free throw line. Express only 1 out of 2 in his first streak earlier, and again, his only chance is to split that. It's 1 out of 2 again, 2 out of 4 in this game. but again enough for UP to extend their lead to 2 points, 25 to 23.
Both teams in the penalty. Joseph Yo has a double pump. That's good recovering defense by Ibanez. He pushes it up, although 3 white shirts back on defense. Cross court they go. Efres open for 3. That's way long. Tang with a rebound. Here comes the foul. They've got numbers. 4-on-2 fast break. Tang all the way to the basket with a foul. And he hits the shot.
That's just great hesitation move. I have not seen a move like that in a long time. He tried to break his momentum, and the defense also made a sudden stop. But as soon as he made that stop, he changed his direction. Take a look at this once again. Only a player with such kind of dribbling expertise and lead on defense can make things happen like that.
Well, that hesitation move just throws
That's right.
Ibanez for that Milo amazing fast break. What an amazing hesitation move for T.Y. Tang, brought to you by Milo. And those are the kinds of things that he didn't really do last year. And with a lot of confidence, T.Y. Tang has definitely improved his game.
But we also have to realize, June, that before he was playing backup to Mike Cortez. So the minutes that he got last year are not the same minutes that Coach Transcomaran is giving him this year. So this is one kind of player that if you just give him minutes, he will definitely prove that he can play in this league.
Well, Tang has hit 2 field goals, that's 2 layups, but he's missed 2 free throws as well. Aranya will have free throws here. So both teams struggling from the free throw line.
That's correct. It's not just UP. Aranya only with 2 points in the first quarter.
Our commissioner watching intently. The last man to, well, actually the only man to coach the UP Fighting Maroons to a championship, and I believe you were part of that.
No.
That's it. You're not
I was
that
still
old.
in grade school.
I was just checking.
Ronnie
The
McDonough
other
was a
guy
part
that
of
we
that.
saw was
That's
a part of
correct.
that.
He's so much older than me.
Efres will commit that foul. T.Y. Tang will have a couple more free throws. That's the guy we were talking about. Mas guwapo kasi sa'yo eh. T.Y. Tang battles it in, and he's hit his first free throw. He's got 5 points in the game. He leads all scorers for LaSalle. And his second free throw doesn't go. The ball loose, and it's going to be taken by LaSalle. Tang sets it up. Ahead inside, Gapco, the right-handed layup doesn't go. Rebound, Mornington. Mornington with the ball, almost lost control, hangs in the air and hits the shot.
It turns out to be a lucky shot once again. He almost lost that possession. But Rob Fernandez really thinking offense at this point.
Here's Cabatu taking a 3. Long rebound, goes to Gavino. T.Y. Tang against Tabique. Ahead to Cabatu. Looking inside, but nothing there. Cabatu. Inside they go. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Gavino lobs it over, bouncing out at press with a defensive board.
I'm sure Coach Franz is not happy with the way the LaSalle players are running their offense. They're not really known, especially this year, that they do not have those kind of go-to players that they can go to. What they're worried about is that UP is not committing a lot of turnovers. UP has just turned the ball over 6 times, and UP has been very aggressive on the offensive board as well.
Well, speaking of aggressiveness in the offensive board, they got about 3 that last possession, although they didn't score. T.Y. Tang, nice bounce back. Cabatu who lost control. Here's another amazing fast break. This one is by Robson Bordensen. He almost lost control of this, but keeping his composure, hangs in the air, and he's going to get it over T.Y. Tang any day. And here's Gapco for 2 more points.
You just cannot have that mental lapses every time you defend LaSalle, especially on those out-of-bounds plays. Simple shot for Gapco, and UP will pay for that later.
Here's Bordensen, baseline drive. There's going to be a buck ball.
Well, that's a good ploy for UP. Robson Bernardin, knowing that LaSalle has that bench that is fouling a lot, they just have to go aggressively towards that basket. Who knows, the ref might call a foul. 5 fouls already called against De La Salle. 9 in the first quarter. UP has 8 fouls also here in the second quarter. But the problem is free throw shooting. The Beacon missed a couple, and Robson Bernanke 0 out of 1 at this point. So I'm turning out to be the jinx for this UP team.
Well, you know, the big men of LaSalle definitely need to watch it inside because Gavino, that's his second foul. Benitez has 2 fouls and Sharma has 3 fouls. So only Manny Ramos are among the big men who has not had at least 2 fouls for the Archers. T.Y. Tang will walk it up against Tabique. Ayan to Aranya. Gives to Gacco. Gacco, left-handed drive, spin move, another whistle off the ball. It's being called with Aranya. So a lot of balls away from the ball for the Green Archers.
Well, it works 2 ways. You know that you want your teammate to be open. That's why you're setting up screens like that. But the problem with LaSalle right now, they're just simply doing a lot of moving screens. And that was just the 5th offensive foul called against that team.
Well, 28-28, we're all tied up. Another timeout. Don't go away.
At 30 points apiece.
This is the third block of the ball game. Kabatu gives to Gavino. Top of the key against Robin. Inside they go. This is kind of a mismatch as Kabatu has about a 2-inch height advantage over Toti Almeida.
Toti Almeida, bad news for UP also. 3rd personal foul against Toti Almeida. And Coach Lito Vergara will definitely make some adjustments on his personnel. In comes Jaire Ibanez. Again, he cannot afford Toti Almeida to fall out in this ball game. He needs him very badly in the next 2 quarters, especially in the 3rd to the 4th quarter. Santiago Habato Jr.
He's been a constant force from the free throw line. In fact, all 3 of his points are free throws.
I know where he got that. He got that free throw shooting from his dad.
No doubt. Second one. We always jinx it, no?
Or the second one was from his dad.
Ibanez. Again, UP breaks the press. Gordon Sin makes his move against Gacco. Hands off to Ibanez. Ibanez. And he shuffled his feet before making the move for the traveling violation. 31-30 our score. 1:21 left in the first half. Kabatu bounces it to Gavino. Gavino inside, out to Cardona, open for 3, but drives baseline. Cardona double team, forces up a shot, rebound Robin.
Good defensive umbrella. 3 maroon shirts there to call that shot of Mac Cardona.
Ibanez with the ball. Ahead to Bornansin, takes the 3, drives inside. Kabatu's right there. Bornansin, tough shot, doesn't go. Rebound tag, but there's a whistle. Is that going to be on Tabique? Yep, it's going to be on John Tabique. Second personal foul.
Loose ball foul too, so free throw shooting time once again for LaSalle.
A lot of fouls in this ball game. 13 fouls called on LaSalle already and 15 for UP.
Mac Cardona, not his usual offensive day for him, only 6 points. Of course, he did not start in this ball game. But again, the miseries continue for LaSalle from the free throw line.
It's almost an epidemic league-wide. You know, a lot of the teams really have not shot well from the free throw line. And Cardona missing both free throws. Ferrer will walk it up. Less than a minute left in the half against Stan. Ferrer out to Ibanez. Ibanez looking inside, drives instead out to Ferrer. Ferrer, his shot is blocked. Gacco with the rebound, but he got it to Bornansin. Bornansin inside, misses the shot. Ahead to Tan. Tan gives it to Cardona, and Cardona loses control with 27 seconds left.
Well, I saw Coach Sumara telling his boys to settle down. Again, it's been very, very tight on defense for UP. That's why as soon as LaSalle gets that opportunity to run, you always want to see it as bounce on it, but that time turnover for LaSalle.
That was uncharacteristic of Cardona.
Right.
He turned the ball over by himself in that fast break. More than 3 now to Robin. Robin, the fake, the shot, and he makes it.
That's no goal. Working wonders for Kenneth Robin.
Well, Robin now with 8 points in the game. And LaSalle tries to beat the clock here to end the half to no avail. The UP Fighting Maroons, after 20 minutes of play, lead the Green Archers by 1 point, 32-31. Here in the Ateneo Gym or the Blue Eagle Gym in Loyola Heights, Quezon City. Don't go away. We'll be back with halftime festivities after these.